Okay, welcome back everybody. What I'm going to attempt to do here is capture the setup of a GitHub hosting to share your click game. And like I said, this is a trial here. I'm going to try to record this for the first shot and hope we can host. So I know I provided the on-screen directions here in the Google Classroom. We've been running into some technical problems, so I'm going to try to navigate these instructions while streaming my process in hopes to capture the process that works. So first thing we're going to do is make sure that you create a GitHub account, and you're just going to go to github.com, sign up for a new account, put an email address that you can confirm, and then once you're logged in, you're going to be greeted with the page that you see here on the screen. What you're going to do then is you're going to create a new repository, and there's a specific name to the repository that you need to set it up as. If you do something differently, it's not going to work correctly. So you should see your username on the left, followed by a /, and then this is how the repository should be set up. You can start typing your username again, like that. Obviously your username would be whatever it says here, followed by a period, and then github.io. Okay, and then click-based game example setup. Obviously you're going to put click-based game example. At this point, the instructions are telling me to select this to private. That says choose who can see and comment to this repository, and it looks as if they're asking us to charge an account. So looks like we're going to be switching to public because that's their paid version. Your GitHub right here should be set to none, and then your add license should be set to none. This should not be checked, and then you're going to hit create. Okay, at this point, the document says, what are you going to use? I'm going to bring this back over. Are you going to use a terminal, a desktop, or I don't know. We're going to use the desktop. Okay, so they're showing you right here where to click. So I just made the repository, so I'm right here. So you're going to click Setup in Desktop, download the program, keep. We're waiting for it to download, and let's install. I want you to see this process as well. So we're going to click, hit run. And you shouldn't really need to configure too much at this point. The install should be running. Not too much excitement going on here. So I'm going to look around to see. Just another moment. While we're waiting, you can take a look at the interface. Keeps comments about when certain versions of the same files updated, so you could go back a month and so forth. You can leave comments. Okay, so once it's installing, this is what it should look like. Welcome to GitHub Desktop. So you're going to sign in. I'm going to configure. Now I'm using an older account. I'm not even sure how I have this account, so I'm going to see if I can clean something up. I'm going to hit continue. No, I don't want to submit synchronized usage data. Make sure you uncheck this and hit finish. Okay. So we already have a repository, if you can remember, where we created the first setup here, right? That's the repository already exists. So this is kind of where like the internet instructions and putting files that you've already have created onto this platform is a little bit murky. So if I click a truss, this should just go to your user. If I click repositories, it should just show one with nothing in it. If I click it, I have some emptiness. Create a new repository on command line, all this. Ignore all of this. Okay, we need to add files to this, and we're going to probably do this using the desktop app. Or we can upload right here. Upload an existing file. So that's, I think, what we're going to try to do, because talking with a few students, when they use the desktop app didn't actually work the way it should. Desktop app is useful for working with the existing project. So we have it set up, you've signed in. Let's just upload an existing file in the web interface. Drag files here. So I am going to go to my File Explorer. I'm going to go to my Truss folder. And then I should have Creative 01. This is going to be my example. You're going to use your click game. So I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to drag it right into here. Okay? So I'm going to try to do this in one window and hope this works. I'm going to drag all of this and put it right here and let go. You should be able to see the files uploading. Okay. So the file should be there at this point. You're going to commit directly to the master branch. This is really important. We don't want a new branch or anything like that. Then you hit commit. Now the web instructions are saying enter the repository, commit your changes, and then publish. So I'm going to be looking for this publishing point. And now this is specifically speaking in reference to the desktop app. I don't know if I have to publish here or if my URL will work. I could clone or download, find, create new, upload files. My index is here. Okay, so if I set things up correctly, I should just be able to go to my URL. I'm going to go to settings for the moment. Here's the name. If you need to rename your repository, and I know some students have done this, they've run into these problems, you're going to click on settings. So when you can see your files in your repository, you're going to go settings and make sure it's username followed by github.io. Okay? So at that point, I'm going to try to go to the URL, as you can see here. Okay, but instead of username, a truss, and hit enter, and lo and behold, there it is. So without actually ever having to use this, and we'll talk more in another video about why we need to use this, but let's just close it. Didn't even need to use it for this explanation. So we'll talk about editing, but you only want to do this when the game is fully functional. But let's test the other periods. It's working. I don't have a lot of changes going on, but take a look at the file extensions and the file names and how they're changing. Okay, so it does work. And I'm going to end this, and hopefully at this point your stuff works as well.